came from miles apart. Through screens and dreams we met. A click, a smile, a story shared.
So here is the question that we had, and we tried to share it with you as a session here. And it was this fact that many of us attend many conferences like SDGCs and other conferences. This is my third year in SDGC. I guess this is the third SDGC for Mernouche also. And Sude, we are a team called Service Design Pulse. And we try to bridge the communities of service design around the globe. So we had a question like, when we attend a conference, many connections we make, and those connections regularly are like LinkedIn connections. And after a year or so, we've got many LinkedIn connections that we can barely remember that where they're from. Yeah. And many of us join conferences to find like-minded people or people who we can connect and develop something together or collaborate or learn from them, but it is not happening all the time. So the question is, how can we turn this connection to a real collaboration, and the real collaboration to a transformation? I'm borrowing this from the keynote that we just heard and watched. That is a transformation for us designers, not industries or enterprises. So there is a mirror link. Thank you, Sylvia, for sharing that. There is a mirror link here that you can join. But first, we can all spend some minutes on dancing.
Um, as you mentioned, all we want to do is to tell our own stories in in these specific sections that's introducing the setting of the story, and then the challenges we had, and the opportunities we had, and what what worked the best. So first example is about Apple and how it all started. And second one is on about Dropbox. And for example, the second one is in 2007, there was this MIT startup event, and when two co-founders, Drew Hassan and uh, the other co-founder Arash Ferdowsi, met each other. So it is the setting, the MIT event. So they had their own goals to join a project. For example, Arash had this goal to join a project where he can apply his engineering skills, and um, um, Drew had this goal to build a simple, uh, reliable way to store and access files online. But he were looking for a partner who shared the same vision and could help scale the idea.
The example that I entered is that it's been probably a couple of years. I was volunteering for a nonprofit organization where I had the role of mentor. So I was helping other women that wanted to break into the tech space. And the goal was to, of course, help women to achieve that goal, but at the same time, grow my leadership skills. The challenge was that there were not at times enough mentees to be in pair with them every month. And so, given that I reached the organization and I asked if I could switch to mentee when I didn't have any session booked for as a mentor. And I guess the best practice from that is just to be humble and be open to learn from others. And the conclusion is that I met a leader in an organization that through the conversation, she actually was very interested in what I did, and she ended up offering me a role in her company, which I actually didn't pursue at that time. But we stay in touch. That I think that's the main thing. And then eventually, after some years, I was laid off in 2023 from my organization. And because I had that relationship already established, I reached out to her. And then there was an opportunity at some point, which I was considered for. In the end, I didn't end up working there. But regardless, I think the experience is that just finding opportunities, even though when it's not maybe what you initially signed up for, and continue growing those relationships over time.
Hiya. So many years ago, I was living in the UK in an organization, like non-profit organization, and I met this volunteer from Slovenia. So we became like, I don't know, like friends for 1 week or whatever. But then in distance, we start to talk via, I think, via WhatsApp, and we start to organize an event together. And this organization has too many challenges because we were living in different countries. English wasn't our first language. Mine is Spanish, and she's from Slovenia. I don't know how to pronounce their language. And even we didn't have like actually the same like time, but we kept together with our goal to organize an event in presence in the UK. We organized this for about like 3 months, and it was very successful. Like, I don't know, but maybe like 20 people came to the event. And this was like in 2015, and we stay keep in touch. I live in the US, she lives in Thailand, and we have this wonderful friendship. And yeah, as I was just sort of like remembering, and I keep this contact. Like we usually do like once a month we have a meeting together, and we are dreaming always on having like a second version of our event. But yeah, I guess like if you have like a common goal or a common interest, that of course now she's my friend, but that can like keep you with someone in touch.
And we can share the link, I guess, here too, to continue the conversation on the topic and on other topics. You can also share resources that you think that they might be useful to other people, and you can also share your projects that you have right now, and maybe you can find some other interesting, collaborators to work with them. Yeah, here is the SD Pulse team. I'm Manush, Sude, and Niku with Dallas Side. Okay.
Start anew. From connection to transformation across borders, hearts, and time. We're sketching change and collaboration.
We have made some little changes to the screen, to the mirror actually, to make some room for today's activities. Yesterday we were surprised how people liked this session and collaborated. I hope this happens today again.
Because we have some new activities.
Yes, exactly. Great. So we can start with maybe a review of what happened yesterday that we would follow up the next step today. So Mehrush, would you like to share the review?
Of course. Okay. Yesterday we had this question, as you can see here. Question is that at most events we connect your LinkedIn and move on. How can we turn these short encounters into active networks and create lasting impacts? And during our session yesterday, we shared some personal experiences, ideas. We came up with this idea that we can maybe facilitate that step and go to next step and create a place so we can all share our current goals that we and we might find some other partners. So, first of all, if you haven't shared your story, success story, on networking, on an event that has ended, into something bigger, please first of all share your story here, because we will conclude all of them and share all the insights in the LinkedIn group that you can join. And second, we can go through this activity. And I'm gonna give the mic to Niku to explain more about the activity, on how we can find partners on the projects that we have in mind. And I just want to mention that if you one of your concerns is to continue the conversation beyond and after this conference, the LinkedIn group is the place that you can have that, and we would love to see you there as well. Okay, that was a quick review, because uh, the stage we will, on soon. So, Nico, please share more on the today's activity. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. So we heard of some brilliant ideas like practicing new languages together, or sharing some knowledge on certain topics like AI in service design, or helping each other to level up our portfolios. That is what's happening in the on-site conference. So here we can raise a cause or some goal that you might feel it is personal to you, but when you raise it, you can find other people who are interested, and then you can create some groups and shape these groups and the communication within these groups as you wish and as the group decides after the conference. So you can benefit participating in this conference in this way, and you can have some allies or some friends or some people who you share some goals. And here are the circles, and here are that. Yeah, can we zoom in please on one of them? You might have a goal like, yeah, like practicing a new language, and you raise it and you can put this topic on one of the circles, and then the other people who are also interested in doing this in a group will share their names, their LinkedIn, their emails, and then you can get connected and keep on discussing that topic or keep on doing something together. This is only the first step, and you can decide together what to do next. Actually, we wanted to facilitate taking the first step through this. So now that I see the topics, I want to sign in for some of them. Yeah. Is there any specific cause or goal you want to share? People who are watching us here, you can easily join this conversation. And please do not forget to join to the LinkedIn group that we've shared the address. Can we see the LinkedIn group, people? This is at the end of the board, maybe. Oh, yes, here. Yes. Yeah, here is the link to the LinkedIn group. Many people joined us yesterday, and conclusion of the whole activity on this session will be shared there, and the further activities that we will actually suggest or we will run will be also shared there.
Going on, it was
Sorry,
yeah.
I have to repeat the whole thing. I don't want to take up more of your time, but I can just briefly, I guess, share a little bit. So I work at the intersection of innovation consulting, foresight, and systems thinking. And
Mhm.
I've kind of done a lot of projects with, say, Fortune 500 companies to help their leadership define their future goals. So it might be anywhere from 5-year vision plan to 30-year vision plans. I know yesterday we talked a lot about the North Star, so that's something that I've kind of put into use. And then we backtrack that to find what is the service design strategy that we can put in place in order for us to get there. I do have a couple of things I could share about that, but I didn't know what specifically I could go into. But yeah, I didn't want to take up so much time. Thank you so much for sharing. And if
Okay,
anyone is
you're
interested in foresight and systems thinking in AI intersection, I'm super excited.
Thank you. Thank you. So, everyone who are listening to us or watching us now, or will be watching the replay, our session on replay, you can add your stories to this board. You can add your initiations or goals or causes to those circles around the next step. Yes, exactly here. And you can join our LinkedIn group, and I hope to see you all after the conference. And I believe we can make great changes together. Thank you. Have a great day today at the conference.